Let's have a seat so we can tune into our bodies and minds this morning. So go ahead and find that nice, straight, aligned spine. Sit however you need to achieve a relaxed but straight spine. And then allow your shoulders to relax, your jaw to relax, the eyes to close. Deep breath in through your nose. Big sigh through the mouth. And just begin to tune into your body. Start breathing a deep, slow Ujjayi breath. Notice how things are moving in the mind this morning. Notice any emotions that you're feeling. Notice what your energy is like. And then let's bring palms together in front of the heart, and we'll take a moment to set our intention for practice. When you're clear on your personal intention, take another deep breath in. Big exhale through the mouth. Let's come to standing at the front of the mat. So we're going to just start by getting really rooted and grounded in Tadasana. So just standing at the front of the mat, feeling the toes spread out and the soles of the feet really connecting downward. Let some energy run through your fingers. Feel your spine come into alignment. And then take a big inhale, reach the arms up, stretch up, spread your fingers. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward and relax your neck into ragdoll. So just taking a few breaths here to make sure your neck is relaxed, make sure there's a little bit of a bend in the knees. Everything is just kind of hanging, dangling, lengthening with each exhale. And then inhale, come all the way back up, reach your arms up and overhead. And exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Look up halfway, lengthen your spine. And then back down. We're going to step back with the left foot. So we've got a right foot forward lunge this morning. Just hold your lunge for a moment. Drop your left knee down. Put your right hand on the inside of your right knee. Roll to the outside edge of your right foot and apply just a small amount of pressure until you begin to feel that right inner thigh and right outer hip. Extend your right leg now, flexing ankle and toes to say hello to your right hamstring, the back of the right thigh. Bend your right knee, bring the arms up and overhead. Pardon me, tilt your pelvis back and let the hips move forward until you feel this on the front of your left hip. Hands are going to come down. We'll step straight back to plank position. Hold your plank for a breath. And then on your next exhale, you'll drop down, knees, chest, and chin. Untuck your toes, slide your forearms forward, allow the heels to drop open, and lengthen your spine in Sphinx. So we really pull with the forearms while completely relaxing the glutes so that the low back can lengthen. And then let's take our first downward facing dog. And of course, any little waking up movements that you need to make with your first down dog, feel free to do that. And then we're going to step forward with the left foot. Just hold that lunge for a moment. And then drop your right knee down. Put your left hand on the inside of your left knee. Roll on the outside edge of that left foot and apply a little bit of pressure. Now seeing what's going on in that left inner thigh and outer hip. Extend your left leg, flexing ankle and toes to wake up your left hamstring. And then we're going to bend the left knee, bring the arms up and overhead, pelvis tilts back as we allow the hips to move forward. And so now you should be feeling this on the front of your right hip. Let's bring the hands down and step forward to a standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. And now as you exhale, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. And then all the way back down. Step back with your right foot. So now you have a left foot forward lunge. Keep your right hand planted and just take your left hand up towards the ceiling. Left hand is going to come down inside the left foot. See if you can come onto your right forearm, perhaps both. Taking a breath or two here in lizard. And then hands on either side of the left foot, gazing forward for that neutral, lengthened spine. Begin to straighten the left leg. Remember, it's unimportant if it gets completely straight. It's more important that the spine is straight. And then if you can, we're going to bend the left knee and come up into a high lunge. Arms are up and overhead. Hips are sinking. You're feeling this more intently on the front of the right hip. Go ahead and come into that little cactus arms. Bend your elbows, squeeze them back. Give yourself a little chest opener. And then take your hands down and step back to plank, taking the vinyasa of your choice. Remember to follow your breath through the movements. And then from this downward facing dog, we're stepping forward with the right foot. Keep your left hand planted now and take your right hand up towards the ceiling. Bring the right hand down inside the right foot. See if you can come onto your left forearm, perhaps both. And then we're going to come up with hands on either side of the right foot. The gaze is forward for a relatively flat back, and the right leg simply begins to straighten. Let's bend that right knee, bring the arms up and overhead for our high lunge. Pelvis is tilting back if you can, hips are dropping. And then go ahead and bend your elbows and squeeze your shoulder blades together, open your heart for a moment. Hands to the mat, step forward to your standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, palms together in front of the heart. So let's go ahead and inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. Step back with your left foot. We're going to spin the heel flat and come up into warrior two. Bring your right hand down to the floor inside your right foot, left hand to the ceiling. If you would like to, and this is purely optional, you can reach your left arm behind your back and reach the right arm under your thigh and do a quick arm bind, purely optional. Release back out into your warrior two. Reverse your warrior. So that left hand is on the left thigh, the right arm is reaching up and over. Coming all the way back up, straighten your right leg. Hips are moving to the left as your rib cage lengthens to the right to come into triangle pose. You want equal length on both sides of the spine. Bring your left hand down, pause for a moment, lengthening out over your right thigh again. And then simply step back to plank and take the vinyasa of your choice. Remember to really try to press the heels towards the floor, but don't be concerned about whether they make it. We want to take full advantage of lengthening the spine here. And then step the left foot forward, spin the right heel flat, and come up into your warrior two. From warrior two, we take left hand to the floor inside the left foot, right hand towards the ceiling. And at this point, it's purely optional if you'd like to take the right arm behind your back and reach the left arm up and under and do a little bit of an arm bind. Release back out into your warrior two. Reverse your warrior, right hand on the right thigh, left arm up and over. Coming all the way back up, straightening the left leg. Shifting hips to the right and rib cage to the left to find triangle pose. Try and have the body aligned over the left leg. And then from here, we're going to bring the right hand down. Just pause for a moment, lengthening out over the left leg. And from here, step forward to your standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway, and then back down. Stepping back with your left foot. You're gonna spin the heel flat, adjust your feet if you need to. I always say that because I need to. Bring the arms up and overhead for warrior one. So that foot adjustment has to do with having somewhat tight hips. We want the hips to point forward. So if you can't get your hip bones to point directly forward, like if they're angled off to the left, you need to widen your stance. So just kind of make sure hips are aligned as they should be. Arms are up and overhead. We're gonna interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the heart, lift the arms. Opening up front of the chest and shoulders. Fold forward now, taking right shoulder to right thigh, relaxing the neck and continuing to reach those arms up for humble warrior. Come all the way back up. Straighten your right leg. Release the arms out in front of you and reach so that you're getting spinal length here. And then we're going to transition this into revolved triangle. So your left hand will come onto your right shin, your foot, or outside of the foot. If you're using a block, please have the block outside of the foot. You can start with your right hand at the waist and begin to revolve, pardon me, and then take the right hand to the ceiling. We're going to come up from this all the way into warrior one. And then from here, I want you to transition into eagle pose. So we'll go slow with this. You're going to step your left leg up, cross your left thigh tightly over your right, squeeze your thighs, drop your tailbone, arms are out to the side, and then the right arm goes under the left. If you can, your palms are touching, and you're breathing. Unwind, put your left foot back where you got it. Arms are overhead, warrior one. Hands to the mat, the vinyasa of your choice. We're going to step left foot forward, spin your right foot flat, and again, adjust the feet as necessary. So when you adjust, it's specifically to get the hips forward. All right, so do what you need to do. Arms are overhead, and the pelvis is tilting. So warrior one, technically in this case, would be a right front hip opener. Let's go ahead and interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, lift the arms. Begin that nice, beautiful chest opening. And then we fold forward. Left shoulder to left thigh, relax the neck and continue to reach the arms up, humble warrior. Come all the way back up. Straighten your left leg, release your arms in front of you and reach. You're gonna lengthen forward. And then we're gonna take the right hand either to the left shin, foot, or to the floor. Begin with your left hand at your waist and start to revolve for revolved triangle. Now, if you feel like you can, left hand reaches for the ceiling. And then we're going to come all the way back up, warrior one. And now lifting off for Garudasana, eagle pose. Right thigh is tightly crossing left. Tailbone is dropping. This time it's left arm under right. And we continue to drop the hips a little bit. So now you should be feeling a stretch across your upper back. And we're gonna unwind and take it all the way back to warrior one. And then hands to the mat, the vinyasa of your choice. Really lengthening out, stretching. And then take your right leg straight back, bend the knee, roll your hip bone open, and bring your right leg underneath you for pigeon. Adjust whatever you need to adjust. See if you can get down onto the forearms. You should be feeling this in your right glute, your right buttock. Two more breaths here. Come up onto your hands, sit over onto your right glute. Open your right knee up to 90 degrees and flex your ankle. And just see what your body will do this morning. Every day is a different day, so don't assume that you can or can't. If you can, right elbow or forearm is going to go into the arch of the right foot. If not, it can go on the floor in front of the right shin. Palms are together, and you push into the palms to lift your torso up. And look over the left shoulder. Continue reaching left leg back. And then we're going to release out of that and step straight back to downward facing dog. Stretch for a moment, just lengthen it. And then shift forward into plank and take your vinyasa. From this down dog, left leg up, bend the knee, roll your hip bone open. Swing your left leg underneath you for pigeon. Right leg sliding back, adjust what you need to adjust. Find your way to your forearms if possible. One more breath here. And then we're going to come up onto the hands and sit down onto the left glute. Open the left knee up to 90 degrees and flex the ankle. Remember, one side might be very different from the other, so have no expectations or preconceived ideas. See if you can get your left elbow or tricep into the arch of the left foot, and if not, put it on the floor in front of the shin. And then palms together, push into the palms, lift the heart, look over your right shoulder as you continue to reach back with your right leg. From here, we step straight back, downward facing dog, stretch. And then shift into plank and take your vinyasa. So from here, I'd like you to drop just your left knee down. kick your left foot out a little bit and then spin the right heel flat and come up into a modified side plank. Right hand reaching for the ceiling. Rolling the chest open. And then we're going to use our core strength here. What you're going to do is just come on up and you're in position for Parigasana, locked gate. Right hand on right thigh, left arm reaches up and over, stretch. Nice deep side bend. You should be breathing into the left side of your body. And then we're going to come back down the same way we went up. So I want you to put your left hand on the ground, right hand to the ceiling. And you're either going to stay here for 3 more breaths, or if you feel like you can, you're going to take your left leg off the ground and stack the feet for a full side plank Vasisthasana. Wherever you're at, find your way right into downward facing dog. Stretch. Shift into plank and take your vinyasa. So we do the exact same thing here that we just did. I want you to drop your right knee down, kick that right foot out, spin your left heel flat, and take your left hand to the ceiling, modified side plank. And then from here, we're just going to transition it into locked gates. You're just going to come up and bring your left hand to your left thigh, right arm up and over, nice deep side bend, stretching out the right side of the torso, sending your air into your right rib cage. Coming back down the way you went up, right hand to the ground, left hand to the ceiling, and then if you feel like you can, taking right knee off the ground, stacking the feet and flexing them. And then take it straight back to downward facing dog. Lengthen your spine. Shift into plank. Take your vinyasa. From this downward facing dog, you can either walk or jump forward to a standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, palms together in front of the heart. So we're going to come into a yogic squat. Take your feet wide. Try and have your feet parallel. Heels are flat and begin to drop the tailbone, just however much you can. Lift your heart, let your spine lengthen. And then bring your hands to the mat, step straight back to downward facing dog. Drop to your knees, come onto your forearms, and bring them just a few inches apart, grabbing your upper arms just under your armpits, wrapping your fingers there to make sure your elbows are very close together. Interlace your fingers, press your forearms into the mat, and create some space between the shoulder blades, and then turn the toes under, keeping head off the ground for dolphin. So you want to push the hips up and back, keep pressing into your forearms. Maybe walk your feet forward. And then come back down onto all fours and take your backside to your heels and take a child's pose. Still in child's pose, extend your arms out in front of you. Keep your navel between your thighs Walk your hands a little to the right and poke your left rib cage to the left. Now walk your hands a little to the left and poke your right rib cage to the right. Come back to the center. Pardon me, scoot forward into Sphinx. Lengthen out the spine. And then a final downward facing dog. And I want you to be really mindful of pressing through the palms, reaching the hips up and back, pressing the heels down. Get maximum spinal length here. And then you're going to drop to your knees. Take your left knee behind your right knee. Separate the feet and see if you can just sit back between the heels. This is going to put you into Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Easy for some of you, harder for some of us, valuable for all of us. Take one more breath. Right back onto hands and knees and uncross. Right knee goes behind left knee now. Separate the feet and just sit back. Take a couple of breaths. And then from this one, we're just going to unwind the legs and find our way into Dandasana, staff pose. So if you need to spread your flesh, do it. I want you to feel your sit bones. Hands can either be right behind the back side, helping you with the straight spine, or if you can maintain that, hands can be on the thighs. And if your hands are on your thighs, it's nice to make sure they're activated. They should be tight. Backs of the knees are pressing down, but so are the heels. Feet are flexed. Head is balanced on top of the spine. Take a couple of breaths here. Check in. How is your body? Is your breath still deep and fluid? Ujjayi breathing. Thought processes, have they changed at all? What about your emotions, your energy? We're going to keep the right leg extended and bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Lean out over your right leg. Just stretch, however it feels good to you. Grab whatever you can reach, keeping right leg straight. Let's bring it up for Heron, lifting the chest, so Kranchasana. As much as you can, you want your legs straight. Pull it towards you if you need to. We're going to bring the right leg back down where we got it. Pick the left foot up and bring it on top of the right thigh, just above the knee. Flex the left ankle, put your hands behind you, and then bend your right knee. So you're scooching up if you need to, making sure left ankle is flexed and that your spine is straight so that you feel this in your left glute, your left buttock. If you like, you're welcome to reach around and grab the right shin and use it for a little bit more leverage for that straight spine. And then we're just going to allow the right knee to drop over so that the entire sole of the left foot is on the ground. And then we're going to twist to the left. You may hug that left leg with your right arm, or you can get a little extra leverage and bring the right arm outside of the left knee. Either way, you're looking over your left shoulder. And then as we come out of this, flex both ankles, just slide that left leg over for double pigeon. So your shins should be stacked. This is fire logs, double pigeon, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely a hip burner for those of us that are tighter. It's probably a happy place for those of you that are more flexible and open. And so you can just begin to lean forward. If you like, you should be feeling this in your left outer hip. Please keep both ankles flexed. Come on up and extend both legs. Give them a good wiggle. That was a lot. And we have the other side to do. So keep your left leg straight. Bring your right foot to the inside of the left thigh and just lean out over your left leg however it feels good. And then whatever you can grab, keep that left leg straight. You're going to bring it up for heron pose. If you need to, pull the leg towards you. And then we're going to just bring the leg right back down. Pick the right foot up and bring it on top of the left thigh, flexing the right ankle. Hands are behind us for a straight spine, and we bend the left knee and scooch up however much we need to feel this in the right glute. So hands can stay behind you to keep the spine straight. It's a great place to be. Keep that right ankle flexed, or you can grab your left shin and pull on it for an even straighter spine. And then from here, we're just gonna let that left knee drop over. So the entire sole of the right foot is on the ground, coming into our twist to the right. Straight spine. You're looking over your right shoulder. And then as we come out of this, remember, this is where we're going to do fire logs, stacked logs. Both ankles flex. And we try and get the shins stacked on top of each other. Chest is lifting. Maybe you're folding forward. Maybe not. Just remember to breathe. You should be feeling this in your right outer hip. And then come on up and extend your legs. Give them a good wiggle. Bring the soles of your feet together and your hands directly behind you for that nice straight spine. Press your knees out to the side and down towards the ground. And then extend your legs into a nice wide V. Flex the ankles, point your toes directly up at the ceiling. Hands can be behind you, in front of you, on your legs or feet, whatever makes you happy today. But try and keep your spine straight. So you're actually trying to get your chest to move forward rather than rounding the back and putting the head on the floor. You want to think about trying to get your belly to the floor. It'll change your posture a little bit. Keep those legs active and take 3 more deep breaths here. Come all the way back up. Bring the legs together. Give them a good wiggle. Bend your knees, grab behind your thighs, lift your chest, lift your feet, extend the arms if you can, extend your legs, keep your heart lifted, breathe, And then let's put the feet down and slowly, slowly, slowly roll down onto the back. Take your time. As you get all the way down, hug your knees and then rock side to side. So first we're gonna go straight into dead bug. Separate your knees, reach down, grab the inside arches of your feet, get the lower leg vertical, pull straight down. And while you're doing this, just try and get the tailbone flat. So it may not happen. If your back is rounded, that's okay. But the internal intention is to get the pelvis flat. Eventually it will get there if that's your intention. Take one more breath here. And then while your legs are in the air, let's bring the soles of the feet together, but open the knees up so that your feet are kind of over your face. In other words, you've got a wide angle at your knees, and then you're gonna pull straight down. Again, it's okay if the tailbone rolls, but you can think about keeping it flat. And you should feel this across the sacrum. Now, while you still have your feet in your hands, as much as you can, extend them out into a wide V. It may not go all the way straight. That's okay. Don't let go of your feet. Take a couple of breaths here. Now, there's two options from here. Option one, if you have neck or shoulder issues, is to let go of the feet, put them on the mat, and come into bridge pose. Those of you that have healthier necks and shoulders and maybe feel a little more adventurous this morning, bring the feet together, see if you can grab your toes and just take the legs up and overhead for plow pose, but you're standing in your hands. Two more breaths. Whatever inversion you're in, slowly, slowly roll out of it, bringing knees into the chest and rocking side to side. And then we're just gonna twist to the right. So I'm gonna suggest, since you've had a somewhat rigorous practice, that you go ahead and do a deep twist, and I'll talk you through that. But prior to that, for those of you who can't or should not twist as deeply, just keep both knees bent. You're gonna drop them to the right with your left arm out. Now, if you can do a deeper twist, I'd like you to put your right foot flat in the middle of your mat. Take the left thigh tightly over the right, and then drop your knees to the right. And take the left arm to the left, turning your head to the left, and just allowing the asana to work its magic. One more breath here. So if your knees are crossed, bring them back up and keep them crossed. And we'll draw 2 circles in each direction in the air with our knees. If your knees were not crossed, you can just hug them in and rock side to side. And then let's transition to twisting to the left. So again, if you need a gentler twist, just keep both knees bent, drop them to the left, right arm opens out to the right. If you can go deeper, left foot in the middle of the mat, right thigh tightly crosses left, and the knees drop to the left as the right arm opens to the right and the head turns to the right. And then we'll bring the knees back up. So again, if knees are crossed, it's 2 circles in each direction with the knees. If knees are not crossed, you're just hugging them in and rocking side to side. And then we'll all just give our knees a good squeeze and rock side to side. From here, go ahead and place your feet on the floor, ankles and knees together. We're just going to do our legs like butterfly wings today. So as you exhale, the knees drop open, soles of the feet together. As you inhale, the knees close back up, soles of the feet on your mat. So you're exhaling, knees are dropping open. You're inhaling, knees are coming together, pointing at the ceiling. Just follow your own breath rate for another 3 or 4 breaths. And the next time that your knees drop open, just let them stay there with the soles of the feet together. Just kind of take a moment, breathe, relax. And then the next time that you inhale, go ahead and tilt your pelvis back, pressing your low back into the mat. The knees stay wide, but we just kind of effectively take the curve out of the spine for a moment. Now, the next time you breathe out, go ahead and release. Let the arch come back into your low back. One more time. Inhale, flatten the back. And then exhale and release it. And begin to extend your legs. Separate the feet. Wiggle them if you need to or not. Lengthen your spine, soften your glutes, relax your shoulders, bring the hands down below the height of the heart, palms facing up, lengthen your neck, relax your jaw, soften your face, close your eyes. Take a really deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Just rest in Shavasana as you feel your muscles relaxing and releasing. Feel your breath softening and evening out. Feel the mind becoming relatively still. There are thoughts, of course, but perhaps they're a little slower and not quite as loud. Feel the soles of your feet, the pads of the toes, the balls of the feet, the arches, the heels. Feel the sides of your feet, the tops of your feet and your ankles. From your ankles down, you're completely relaxed. Feel the front of your shin, the back of your calf, the back of the knee, and the kneecap. From the knees down, totally relaxed. Feel the top of your thighs, your quadriceps, the inner and outer thighs, and the back of the thighs, the hamstrings, all relaxing. Feel your lower abdomen, the sides of the hips, your glutes, your buttocks. From the hips down, completely relaxed. Feel your stomach, the sides of the waist, the low back. Feel your rib cage on the sides and the front and the back, so that'd be your mid back. And then feel your chest, feel your armpits, feel your upper back. From the chest down, completely relaxed. Feel the front of your shoulders, the top of your shoulders and the back of the shoulders. Feel your upper arms, the biceps and triceps. Feel your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, not only the back of the hand, but the palm of the hand. All 4 fingers of each hand and each thumb. From the shoulders down, completely relaxed. Feel the back of your neck, the sides of your neck, and your throat. From the neck down, completely relaxed. Feel your chin, your lips, your cheeks, your nose, your eyes, your forehead. Feel your ears and feel your scalp, the top of the head, the sides of the head, and the back of the head. Literally from the crown of your head all the way down, completely relaxed. Rest in this beautiful, deep state of relaxation for the next minute or two. Begin to feel the parts of you touching the mat and the floor. Begin to feel back into the parts of you not touching the mat and the floor. Start to deepen your breath and start to move the fingers and toes. When you're ready, take a deeper breath in, spread your fingers and toes. Exhale through the mouth and relax them. Even deeper breath. Pardon me, stretch through arms and legs, lengthen out. Pardon me. And then as you exhale through your mouth, relax. Bend your knees, either allowing the feet to simply rest on the floor or hugging knees into the chest. Either one is fine. And then roll to your right side. Pause for a breath. And press yourself up to sitting. Just taking a moment to reconnect with that nice, relaxed, straight, aligned spine. Take an opportunity to check in with your body and notice any changes. Notice your breath. Notice any differences in thought patterns or emotions. Notice any differences in your energy. Remind yourself of your intention at the beginning of class and then set it free. Let it go. For our pranayama today, we're just going to be doing that hissing breath. You'll be exhaling through your teeth, closed teeth. So you inhale through the nose slowly and deeply. You exhale through the teeth very completely. It will be slow automatically. It's impossible to breathe out quickly when you breathe through closed teeth, but we want to make sure that we kind of pull the navel in at the end of the exhale and get the rest of the residual air out. You'll just do 3 of these, and as you finish out your third one, you'll bring your palms together in front of your heart. So let's all begin together. Deep breath in, and then at your own pace, hissing breaths. So as we bring palms together in front of the heart, we are reminded to be grateful. And it's always helpful to remember that we're frequently grateful for all the beautiful things and all the blessings, right? However, it is also useful to be grateful for the challenges. That's where we learn and grow. Grateful for the things that might be difficult, grateful for the things that push us to our limits, because that's how our limits change. So just considering that perhaps today you could be grateful for everything, all the things, whether you label them good or bad, consider that they are all good and have gratitude for those things. Take one more huge inhale through the nose. Happy sigh through the mouth. We bring our palms together in front of our foreheads, and it reminds us to be present. We bring our palms together in front of our mouths, and it reminds us to speak our truth. And we bring our palms together in front of our hearts. It reminds us to keep our hearts open, to practice kindness, compassion, understanding, and love, and also gratitude. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.